I'm Fara, and this is the Community Voice. What connects a pastry chef and the Ronald McDonald House Charities? It's a fundraiser called Giving Back is Pretty Sweet. Pastry chef Antonio Bachour of Bachour Bakery and Restaurant and executive director of Ronald McDonald House Charities, Soraya Moya, join us in the studio today. Welcome.
Hello.
How are
Good morning. How are you?
Good. I'm looking at those sweets, and I think I just want to grab a couple. What do you think?
Of course. We have so many, some plenty for everybody here in the office.
So I'm taking it all home. I don't care what anybody says. Ilian, you can have one. Okay, he likes that idea. So tell me about this connection that's going on in the month of May. Giving back is pretty sweet.
So, as you know, this is our second year that we have been doing this promotion with Chef Antonio Bachour and the Ronald McDonald House Charity. There's a very special connection between the two of us. Antonio stayed at a Ronald McDonald House in Philadelphia when he was a teenager, and he wants to give back to an organization that helped him and his family during that time.
And how did you all meet? That's a very exciting, interesting story.
You know, a mutual friend.
A mutual friend.
We're both from Puerto Rico.
We're from Puerto Rico, and she came for our restaurant with a mutual friend, and then she told me that she worked for McDonald's House. Wow, I was there 30 years ago, almost. And then we made a great connection.
And tell me a little bit about your experience at the Ronald McDonald House when you were a young boy going through some major, like with very little chance of survival.
Yes, yesterday I went to the house and then I explained when I was 16 years old, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor in the pituitary gland with cancer in Puerto Rico. That was 30 years ago. And then we start contact many doctors in the United States to see who was a neurosurgeon that can be the doctor to do the surgery. Because in Puerto Rico at this time, no one does this surgery. And hopefully in Philadelphia, they have a doctor, German, Dr. Schutz, that they give my parents 10%. 10% of I can survive of the surgery.
And then, how devastating for your mother and your father to hear
imagine,
these words.
The good thing is they was devastating, but they at the same time they don't show to me that they are very worried because they don't want me to be worried about this situation. And then thanks to my parents, they did everything very fast. They saw some houses they have. We went to Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, they before when we contact the hospital, they give the Ronald McDonald House phone number, and then we contact them. And they did everything for us. They helped my mother because my mother is from Puerto Rico, from Lebanon. She moved to Puerto Rico. She don't speak English, and then they did everything for my mom. All the paperwork for the hospital. Some volunteer with her all the time. We stay 6 months in the hospital and 6 months in the house. We get a lot of support for the house. We have the volunteer, the staff. I always say thanks to McDonald's House I'm here today because otherwise it's hard to stay one year outside of your country or your city
in a city that you don't know.
You don't know, and then with nobody we know in Philadelphia, and then the volunteer, the house, the staff, they make our life easy in this time.
And your experience is not unique because that's what the Ronald McDonald House Charity does. So you have many children that come in with either they're coming for a week, a month, a year. I mean, there's no time frame that they can or cannot stay in the house. Is that correct?
Yeah, no, we help the sickest children, and we help families that need to travel long distances, just looking for the best medical care, just like Antonio's family did. And the house, it really, we have a study that was done about the impact of the Ronald McDonald House. And, it really helps alleviate, of course, the stress of the parents. There is a less financial burden because of medical expenses as well. But, we provide an essential service and we're right there in the hospital, just walking distance to those parents and just make things easier, and so the parents can focus on their children's medical condition. They can make better decisions. They can be closer to the medical staff. And at the same time, it's just peace of mind.
Absolutely. And this campaign that you're doing, this fundraiser, tell me how does this, how do these desserts tie into the Ronald McDonald House?
Yes, we did last year. We did the fundraising. We give 10% of the sales of the dessert for whole months for May because May is the Mother Days. Mother I think is only one in the world, and then always mother cares about their kids. And then last year we did great. We did like $13,000. We give fundraising to the Ronald McDonald House.
So this is the second. This is the second annual. I remember last year you were here with me,
Yes,
so
mhm.
we were so excited. I mean, it's just a wonderful give back to the community.
No,
It is.
So you
it's
decided
cool.
to do it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna do again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Can you sign on the
Yeah.
dotted line for that to
Yeah,
happen?
Listen,
No, it's wonderful. It
yesterday
really-
I went to the
Wonderful to hear.
house. I see.
we had a great time.
Yeah.
Can you, Elaine? Can you run the pictures? Because so you're very very busy,
Yeah.
and so
He was traveling.
you're traveling. I mean, you were in Israel, you're in Madrid. I mean, you're like the who's who and where's where. I mean, you
Yeah.
have frequent flyer miles everywhere. So yesterday you went to the house for a visit.
Yeah, I went to the house in the morning. We bring some bonbons and croissant for the family.
Oh, I want that.
Yeah, and then I was surprised. I saw because last year I went to the house. I saw the same person from last year from Egypt, a family from Egypt.
There was a family. From,
They were
From-
still there.
They
were
stayed there
still
for 1
there.
year.
Mhm.
I recognized him. I told Soraya, this the
Yeah, he remembered the
I
family.
remember him. As you see, I think people they need to know what Ronald McDonald House do for people. This is something that people can stay 1 year, 2 years. They don't pay 1 cent, and then they give food.
Look at that.
Look at that
You see,
face.
I want people know what they do, and they need to support. They need, people they need to know what they do. Ronald McDonald House. It's not in Miami, worldwide. They have
Mhm.
like 350 houses around the world.
all around the world.
She looks like she's enjoying it. Look
Yeah.
at that.
And let me
Look at
tell you, yesterday at the visit, one of the things that I really like, Antonio was able to share with the families his experience, and he gave the point of view as a teenager. So there was a good connection with the kids hearing him that he's here, he's a survivor, and at the same time he's very successful. So there's hope for all these families just listening to him, and it was a very inspirational story to hear.
Also for the parents too.
Yeah,
the
no,
parents-
I was going
Definitely.
to say, but I mean, probably some of the children don't even know what's going on, but for the parents, that support that you've given, like I made it through
Mhm.
such trauma and such heartache, and I'm here to tell the tale. And my success as a
Mhm.
pastry chef, worldwide, countrywide, globally, and your child has a future.
I told them yesterday. I say, listen, if I did, everybody can do. You need to be. You need to have faith in God, and you need to have positive. You need to be positive in
And
this
pray,
situation
right?
and pray.
And pray.
Yeah, and pray. Very important. Also, the parent they need to be. They cannot show their children they are bad because or they are not happy or they are worried because when the children see that, they it's worse. In my case, my parents they never show they are worried. They always positive. You wanna go ahead. You wanna be fine, and they make me be strong at the same time.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what? It's funny because that's part of the study done.
Oh,
That-
we never got to the study.
yeah, when the
Did we get to
study
the
was
study?
done, the study about the impact of the house, that's what they says that parents shows less stress, they're able to sleep better, and they're able to cope with the situation of their child's
Yeah.
medical condition. That's exactly what what he said yesterday.
And what is the greatest gift for you? Because you've been as the executive director, you're like small but mighty. You know what to ask for when you need it, and you know that what your families and your kids need at that time. So where does this inner strength come from? What is the gift that you think this inspiration came from as a leader in this great organization that I must say my daughter also. I speak to the Ronald McDonald House. I came to meet you because of her stay at the Ronald
Exactly.
McDonald House and as a family when we were in San Diego. So it really, the three of us are really connected
Correct.
in as a central, you sitting in the middle here as the Ronald McDonald House.
I mean, for
Charities.
me, my inspiration is the kids, my own family as well. My family is healthy, my children are healthy, but the kids, seeing them every day going back and forth, probably from the hospital or just seeing their parents, it just gives me more strength, and it just gives me more enthusiasm to do more.
Mm.
And I'm a connector, I'm the connector between the charity and the community. so the community can help our families.
Absolutely.
That's my role, and that's my staff role as well.
And I remember I came to visit the, let's talk about that, the new location. And I went to visit you, Soraya, and I must tell you, we walked to the new location, which is like stone's throw to the hospital. And you walked me through what that's going to look like. And I actually saw what you were seeing, and nothing was there. I mean, I wasn't hallucinating, but you really created that story. And tell us about the new location that I'm just so excited, right on the campus, stone's throw from the hospital for these families.
So as you know, we have been working on something bigger, something better, and we have been turning away families for a very long time.
How many families can you accommodate at the house?
Right now, we have 31 families that could be staying at the same time. We help around 350 a year, but we have been turning around like 125 each year.
So are they mostly local families that are in need?
So it all depends. They could be from, like Palm Beach County. You need to live, in order to stay at the house, you need to live at least 20 miles away from our radius. So we help from Palm Beach County, Broward, maybe the Keys, Homestead, depending on the family situation. But we help families from Florida, other states, and international. So because of that, we have been working very diligently to be able to build this new house. So we're in the middle of a capital campaign to build a 54-bedroom Ronald McDonald house.
And it's a $20 million
That's
campaign. A lot of zeros.
That's a lot.
And a lot
as
to
of today,
raise.
because you know how construction is.
Yeah, every year it's more expensive.
But we're hoping that it will be 20 million. That will be the number. And right now we're at around 50%, which is great. But we need to raise 80% in order to put a shovel on the ground. So we're going to be right on the grounds of Jackson. So we're like swapping lands.
And where exactly is the location? What's the address?
You know what? I don't know it yet.
No. What's the old address then?
Oh, the old address. I mean, we're south of the campus. We're going to be north of the campus. So we're going to be even closer. You know that you and I walk the routine that the families do to go to the children's hospital.
It was like
this
a
one is like,
pilgrimage.
yeah, it was closer. And we're doubling the square footage. We're having bigger amenities. It's a very well thought project. So we're in the middle of it. And the campaign is called Hope Has a New Home. That's the name of our campaign.
And how many square feet is it going to be?
64,000.
64,000.
We're going from 30,000 to 64,000. So it's doubling.
Wow.
And like, for example, like Chef Antonio in the new house, he can come over and we're going to have a commercial kitchen. We're going to have a family kitchen.
Wait,
There's so many things.
this is a hint. She's not really just saying, oh, maybe, she's saying,
No.
we're going to have a commercial kitchen for you, Chefy. Come on over.
That's one of our
Of
most
course.
popular programs, feeding their families and our volunteers getting actively involved in that. We have restaurants and other people. So like I told you, it's very well thought. We visited other Ronald McDonald houses and we combine the best of all of them in this one.
So this fundraiser that you're doing is going to benefit this capital.
Yes, all the efforts
all
of
the effort is
fundraising
great.
moving
Yeah.
forward, and especially this one is going to go towards the new house.
So there's a certain percentage that you're going to be donating for this through this month, through the end of the month,
Mhm.
and it's going to be everything that's sold, or is it certain items, or
All the dessert macarons bonbon, 10% go to Ronald
In both
McDonald House.
locations.
In both locations.
Mhm.
This is wonderful. And how do you come? I mean, he has books. He has books. He's been on tour. He's like a rock star of the pastry chef world. He showed us pictures earlier on a new book that he's working on. And how many books? What do you do? Tell me about like world traveling and shuffling around the world as a globetrotter.
No, the thing is, when I get out from the hospital, I told my mom that I never came back home because I don't want to remember everything that happened to me. And then I was erased everything. I start moving forward from zero. I keep every year signs. I did my surgery, working or getting busy because this saved my life.
But why pastry chef? Why wasn't it construction? And where did the inspiration come from to be a pastry
my
chef?
parents in Puerto Rico, they own a bakery, like a business.
It was in the family.
And that was
It's in his blood. It's the sugar in his blood.
Yeah, and then I was going every day after homework, after school, weekend, all day spent watching all the chefs working, making pastry, and then I fell in love with that. And then when I did the surgery, I stayed 1 year in my house, one week in the house, 1 week in the hospital, and then I told my mom, I don't want to live like this. I went to the culinary school. I I was focused in work and focused in making pastry because that make me happy. I forget everything, and then they saved my life. I always say my career saved my life because when I did the surgery, they give me the doctor say maybe you will last 3-4 years maximum. You have life
Can you
child.
imagine that?
Sure. Yeah, they told me your life will be in 3-4 years. Because we cannot guarantee more than 5 years, and now it's 30 years.
You're a walking miracle.
Yeah, I say first, thanks God because we are a lot of faith in God. For me, that's the most important things. And then the support of my family. My mother is, she's a very strong woman. And then
How old is she now?
now she's 73. Yeah.
We're gonna have to have her come in.
Yeah,
I would lo-
yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
Next time, next time,
we
next
do
time,
this,
next
I'm
time.
dying to meet
Yeah,
her.
let's
Like,
do
I
it.
want to meet her.
this is our second interview together. So I was like,
Yeah.
your mom. It's like,
Yeah.
mom. It's interesting because it's the month of May. It's mom, and your mom just
Yeah.
really. It sounds like an amazing person that really inspired you to really keep
Yeah.
going and
All support me. We are 7 brothers. We are 7.
What, 7 brothers? No
yeah,
sisters?
No sister.
Oh my God! Did you
uh,
like? I have a grandson, and he like runs around the house, and I just can't keep up with him.
Yeah.
Is like 7 of you doing
Imagine 7 in the house.
that? Oh my.
Yeah, and then she was very strong woman. And my father too was. They are a great. My father passed away 20 years ago, but they are both amazing. They support me in everything. After the surgery, before. I would say first God and then second them. For me, God saved my life and my parents second. And then my mom is for me is she lived next to me. I brought her apartment next to me because I need to take care of her now. She take care about me when I was in bad situation in my life, and then now I support her 100%.
Does she work with you at the restaurants?
No, I don't allow her to work. I give her everything she needs.
Do you give her the desserts?
She make dessert at home. She loves to make dessert. She always asks me for a recipe. I say no, and she said you never give me a recipe. But she's for me she's the best cook in the world. She cook 24 hours.
She cooks for you.
She cook.
too.
Yeah.
You bring the desserts and she cooks. That's a really
No, she make-
Good combination.
No,
That's
she
a
make
great- I
a
want
great
that.
dessert. The best cheesecake. She loves to make flan. Cheesecake, carrot cake. For me, one of my inspiration to be also my mom. She's a great cook. She cannot cook for one person. Even she live alone in the house. She cook every day. For
She's
20
used to
person.
because
Yeah.
you guys
She
were
used- yeah.
you were so many.
She
That's
used, yeah. She cannot cook. She cook and then we send food to everybody
Aw,
because she cannot cook for one person.
oh, that is so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
There's something. It's a very cooking. Anything with food is a very loving experience,
true.
and I see this in your work. I mean, the attention to
passion. It's
detail.
passion.
It
It's
has to
passion.
be.
It's a work of art.
It
right? It's a work
absolutely
of
is.
art.
So you have books. You host workshops. You just came
Dinners.
dinners.
with-
You
with,
just came
uh,
back from Israel. God,
I did 5 night dinner in Israel with a Michelin star chef from Spain. We do collaboration dinner, workshops. We opening now 2 restaurants in Mexico
Very busy.
next month.
and you have 2 locations here. So let's
And
talk
then-
about them.
Yeah, we have the Doral location,
Mhm.
and we opening in 2 months in Design District. We
And you're also in Coral Gables, right?
Yeah, no, in Design District in next to downtown.
Right.
Yeah, we have Coral Gables,
Right.
Doral,
Mhm.
and we open in 2 months in September in Design District.
And then you have opening in Mexico. No big
Mexico.
deal. And it's like a Lebanese restaurant, you said?
We want to open a Lebanese, like a Middle East food, and of course pastry show with the bistro.
Do you sleep
Bachour.
well at night?
Sometimes.
Do you like sit and like sleep and like look at the sky, look at your ceiling and go, oh, I have an idea for
No, you know what? I learned to. I live today. Today is my last day. Everything I can do today, I will do it. That's it.
That's
I
his
don't think-
motto. That's
yeah.
what he has been saying.
I always, after happened to me, I say today is my last day. For me, I live today the last day. Everything they offer me today, I will take it. I don't know tomorrow, but
Yeah.
today, yes.
We're not guaranteed.
Yeah.
And tell me about the kids and how they respond to being at the house and what you need, because I know there's always something that you might need through the Ronald McDonald House, and people would love to know more and get in touch with you. And
Sure.
because I know it's always, I need diapers, I need wipes, I need
So-
masks, I need.
So imagine, Farah, after 2 years,
Yes.
because of the pandemic, we just opened our doors a month ago to our volunteers. So they can come in and help with many areas that are needed. So right now, we need to feed our families. So I think our most popular program is the Adopt a Meal program. Anybody can come over and cook. Corporations can come over and do like a group activity. We're also looking for, other family activities like bingo night or like, arts and crafts. So, we try to get back to that normalcy as we used to back in, before the pandemic. So we're back, and then we have a wish list of items. Everything is on our website pretty much.
Oh, do we have a website? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
How
so
do
they
people get involved?
can click on the different areas, but especially they can go the one that says wish list, and see what our current needs. But
then-
right now this promotion is key, and we want people to go visit the restaurants
Absolutely.
and enjoy those desserts.
So when they go to the website, they have the Chef Bachour's.
Yes, under events, they can see and click it there, see all the promotion. Anybody can make a monetary contribution as well, because that's what keep our doors open.
Absolutely,
and they can
funds
go to
that
the
new
website.
and fund that new
Exactly.
location.
And actually, on the website, we have all the information related to the campaign, and they can see more information. We have a very special video about the campaign on the website, so I encourage everybody to see it.
Anything else you want to share with us today?
So when I met Antonio and he told me his story, that's how we came up with the Mother's Day month-long promotion, because the mothers they play a vital role in their child's well-being, and that's why we came up with that idea. And it's been going on, and it's been just perfect for us. It's a great partnership. I love meeting people that have benefit from the charity. And the fact that
and no one's turned away. And
no,
it's like you can stay at the Ronald McDonald House and you pay what you can.
What you can. It's just based on a donation. If not, everything is free. As families, as they check in, they're able to receive their bedroom, and they share the common areas. They do laundry. It's just a normal routine. They wake up early, go to the children's medical appointments or see them at the hospital, come back and maybe have a nice meal done by volunteers. They go back, they might take a nap. So it's just a normal routine. But it's been, it's been wonderful. And we're celebrating our 40th anniversary this year.
Unbelievable.
40 years since we've been in that facility. And, it's time to grow. The hospital keeps growing, more pediatric specialties. And it's time for us to build this new facility.
And, it's going to be so much closer.
But less than 100 steps away.
Yeah, and then I remember you were telling me, well, we have to move this palm tree out of the way. I mean, I don't want any obstruction.
No, our facility, that building is going to stand out in the entire campus. And, we're very grateful to Jackson Memorial Hospital and their support, because they're the ones donating the land.
Do you sleep at night?
I do.
She do.
I do.
But do
you?
You
I'm always thinking,
That's okay.
he's busy with it. I'm always thinking like, okay, who can reach out? Who can support us? Who can we engage at some point? I'm always thinking about that. If I'm driving around Miami and I see a truck about some sort of service,
yes,
or some type of product, I'm like, okay,
let me contact them.
I write it down.
Look,
and
be on the lookout. It's Soraya, Rivera, Moya going to call you up.
No, but it's great, and we have other things going on the charity, but we're very thankful for Chef Bachour.
Absolutely. And you as leaders in our community, both of you, your kids must look at you and just what role models for both of you. You both have children, and what you bring to the community, and for them to see that mirrored in their household, that must really be something special for them to see that. Or do they recognize that?
Yeah, they do. I have two daughters, 18 and 20, and at least the oldest one has been coming to the Ronald McDonald since she was a baby, at least until the age that she was able to volunteer. And, they volunteered during their summer, during their breaks. So they learned that, they have nothing to worry, they're healthy, and, we need to help these families.
Absolutely.
Whether it's just organizing a closet or doing something around the facility. My daughters really love it. They do come.
And what about you?
I don't have kids, but listen, I went yesterday. I saw the family, so many family from Venezuela, from Egypt, from Santo Domingo,
islands,
from different
islands.
countries. When I was in Philadelphia, they have people from Taiwan, from Colombia, from Germany. We need to help these people. It's only the way this house or houses can survive is with the support of the people or volunteers. When I was in Philadelphia, I told yesterday, the volunteer take us to do a tour in the city. They did everything for us. Volunteer for me one of the most important things in this house. They came, they cook, they do things with the people, with the family.
They go
They
above
make
and beyond.
yeah,
I mean,
they make the
yeah.
family happy. That is the volunteer for me. Uh, I can't remember from now. I still remember that the volunteer they helped us when in this situation 30 years ago. I think volunteer they need a lot of volunteers, a lot. And then when you get volunteer, people start seeing what is the real
Absolutely.
situation in the house
Absolutely.
and the people and the family needs support because this family they came with nothing. They left everything, no works, no family, no friends in different countries. It's hard. It's very tough for them.
Absolutely. In the time we have left, what's your legacy? Each of you, I want to know what you see that you want people to remember about you.
And for me, I always try to, it's not only 100%. I help a lot of people always in I did so many things. To be humble, I want to be humble. I want to, if I can help somebody, I will do it. This for me, my family values they give not to help. My father was very kind person. He helped a lot of people, and then we try to do the same.
And I
Yeah.
got that because when you were very busy before we got on set, and it was like you're so humble. I mean, for such success that you are achieving, and your humility and your humanity really speak volumes. And I feel that, and I hear that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Soraya, what when you think about your life, like you've been involved with something so important, and and I know that in the past we had a couple of guests, and one of the children did pass, and
Mhm.
it was and how you touch people's lives in a really meaningful and important way.
So, for me, joining this organization, I think it was faith, to be honest with you. Like Antonio said, my father was very generous. He helped, I saw growing up, he helping children from our community, from very rural areas. I mean, me, I was little giving toys away because that's what he wanted me to learn. So me falling into this organization and being connected to it was just for a reason. And I cherish that. I cherish that. I enjoy every single moment. And like I said, I'm just a connector in the history of this organization. I am honored and humbled to be able to do that. I truly, truly enjoy it. I do. And I not only help the Ronald McDonald House, I'm part of other organizations as well, because
Absolutely.
there's so many things that can be done. And through my connections, I'm able to help other nonprofits as well, other friends that are in the industry as well, that maybe they're starting up with their own nonprofit. But to me, seeing these families checking out and going there back home, it says that our mission and our work has been done in the right way.
And it's palatable. So
Mhm.
I'm humbled by this time together, and I wish the Ronald McDonald House charities and Chef Bachour, may you have long life, and even if
Thank you.
it's
Thank you.
every day should be a blessing, and may we continue to do God's work together. And anytime you want to come back, you're always welcome. The
Oh,
door is
Thank you.
always
Thank you.
open
thank
here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And if you want to get involved, please see on the bottom screen. You can donate to the Ronald McDonald House Charities. And I want to thank you all for joining us today on the Community Voice, and get involved, be a part of this wonderful, wonderful organization. Go visit the locations. Three locations. You can have desserts and help the Ronald McDonald House. This is your time. Get off the couch. You can exercise later, and just go visit Chef Bachour's different locations in all of our community areas. And I'm Farah Saxon. Thanks for coming and listening and enjoying. And I'm going to eat those desserts. So
Yes.
enough. We're done.
And thank you, Farah,
Thank you.
for having us.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank